Hello, 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 and welcome back to Spoonie Games and part 5 of Stasis. I will say apologies for the gaps in the video. I am trying to get over the plague. It's that time of year where everyone gets coughs, colds, whatever else. Last time we had just crawled or climbed up a ladder. We'd lost our handy dandy crowbar. And we've re-established communications with whatever her name was. I can't remember. I guess we'll check out where we are and what's going on. Boarded up. Do we have anything that can help? Besides a drill, can we drill?
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Okay, so you're not going to try that. Can we go down this way? Doesn't look like it. Boarded up tram. We've had tram lines. Tram in the shadows.
There's some sort of interference for the structure.
I'm in a tram station.
Oh, yeah. Just lovely. Dark tram station, and here a little girl laughing. I didn't want you to back out. I was trying to... I guess we can't go over there. Can you go this way? Stop going backwards. It doesn't look like we can click on that. Okay. Something in the tram tunnel just screaming at us. Lovely.
The tower. I am pressurizing the raw materials containment tank.
Yeah, come in.
John, thank goodness, I can hear you. You just disappeared. No radio, no PDT.
Who the hell was that?
Dr. Gerardus Milan, head of special projects.
He knew you.
It's a big ship. And, I'm in a different division to him entirely. Only met him once. A real arsehole.
I just want to get my family out of this goddamn place.
That's the plan.
Yay. Saving. Is the water gonna kill us? I don't see anything bad, but who knows? Run, John, run! Into the door that was just sealed, and now you're going inside it.
You mentioned earlier that you lost my PDT. What's that mean?
Personal data tag. Every person on board has one.
Like animals.
The tags monitor everything. Security access, food intake, location tracking.
Everyone has a tag. We could use it to find my family.
I'm afraid it doesn't work like that, John.
Like hell it doesn't. If I'm tagged, then so are they. You said.
I can only access your tag because the DotMate scanners registered you. I've scanned for your family and I can't pick them up.
Are they on the ship? Have they been rescued?
It only means that PDTs haven't been activated. But I still have an idea that might just work.
I don't like this whole I'm just being led somewhere and I can't go back the way I've gone. I don't think I'm... Well, I hope I'm not missing something because I can't go back and get it. Is that going to shut behind me as well?
When the crew headquarters.
Yeah.
You should be close to an infirmary with a DNA sequencer. If you could get your blood into the sequencer, I can scan the ship for familial DNA, and then we can find your daughter. Then...
We can use her DNA to find Ellen.
Exactly.
Notice. Reserve power facilities are online. Backup systems are now enabled and functioning at benchmark levels.
The outside temperature is minus 218 degrees Celsius.
Just a bit cold then. Just a tad. I'm guessing security? Potential something to protect us.
They cut his wrists.
This whole shift change things. Oh, the whole shift change thing is kind of strange. Putting Ronald in security where he's obviously not equipped strikes me as irresponsible. Oh well, I'm sure I can compensate. A notice went out telling us to follow the new security guidelines this evening. I wonder what happened. It's only a few extra doors to lock as far as I'm concerned. Easy enough. Food supplies are stalled and people are getting nervous. Someone's been distilling alcohol despite the fact that express authorization is required to even process it. Ivan was describing the concept of moonshine to Ronald, and the guy asked how moonshine could exist even or if we are in space so far away from the moon. It's not to do with the moon shining itself. I swear to God, if aliens board the ship and pick us off one by one or something, I want to see Ronald go first. I really want to do something about this alcohol situation. It's my duty to ensure that the Grooms Lake crew is secure and that the important research isn't interfered with. At least I'd like to believe so. These clowns don't share the sentiment. The arse end of the ship just started exploding, as it does, and jolted everything that wasn't bolted down. There's a goddamn pen stuck in the wall next to me. I can only imagine all the people injured right now, but can't leave on the account of the lockdown. Lockdown or not, Station B is fucked, so getting to the medication, or the medical, or getting me to medical even, isn't happening. Someone suggested that we could use the specimen transport track, but that's shady as hell. There's no leaving the security center now. Staring at Ronald's lifeless body is a fucking superior alternative to being ripped apart by whatever's outside. I hear screams, they're distant and muffled. Silence. 24 hours of silence. Not a scream, not a footstep. Still not a word from Ivan. The guy looked away from the atmosphere control room just behind Ronald, pulled the plug, and got bored and read Ronald's file, if I can even say words. He had lots of stuff running really deep. Maybe he wasn't important after all. That's it for the water. Ivan refused to drink anything but moonshine. I tried my best to get him to leave the water. Stubborn bastard wouldn't hear about it. He hasn't moved in a while. You got one on him. Oh God. The new guy, Anderson, is really something. 5 minutes in the door and he's already asking what all the computers do. I like it. He's inquisitive, just like my boy back home. I'm glad he got put here in the shift change, but I'm disappointed that neither of these two are ladies. I could use some female company. Okay, maybe Anderson is a little more confused than inquisitive, but his heart's in the right place. I can respect that. But Serge, how the hell did that boy get Serge from Cerreto? Paul is just a plain obnoxious. Food's not coming for a while. Fortunately, somebody's been making moonshine. It's not the white oak whiskey from back home, but you don't come across much liquor in space. Looks like I'll be moderating the supply, so to speak. Hodgson just tried to arrest someone. Prick. Rations are in, good thing too. The liquor wasn't keeping the crew at bay like it used to. And the voices... The entire ship smells like shit. It's always been bad, but it's getting worse every day. It's even a different type of shit every once in a while, beyond me. Green Lake is on lockdown, tremors, power outages, and several injuries. Some guy left 3 days ago to repair a tram station. Haven't heard from them since. I can only fear the worst, but I don't want to wait to figure out what's been going on around here. Paul and I have agreed on the situation, but Anderson isn't grasping it. I don't expect him to. I knew Anderson would have trouble coping. I knew he wouldn't understand, but at least he went easy, then we will. He saw so much in his short life, there just wasn't room for more. Is he the one that cut his wrist? He'll never have a funeral. Nobody back home is going to think of him. I wonder what happened. I think Paul and I are the only people on the ship who knew his name. Maybe that Samantha girl he was talking about still remembers him. Her dog could be named after him. Or maybe he picked her a flower and she tucked it into a book. He never did read much, but right now I'd love to be holding a book. Poe would work. He's the only author I know by name. I haven't talked to Paul. He thinks I'm drinking, but I'm too preoccupied with Anderson for that. I figured I'm writing this for a reason. What if nobody ever reads this? What if this ship just drifts to the edge of the universe dead and empty? If you exist, if you somehow stumble upon this, remember Anderson for me. He reminds me so much of how my son used to be. If you don't do it, nobody will. I don't beg, I never beg. But if you're a decent human, you'll know why you have to. Remember Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Barely awake. Typing is an effort. Moonshine is not water. Hodgson had the last words. Okay. Click or do anything. So one room is bad radiation. One room is fuzzy unknownness. These rooms seem okay? Maybe? Who knows? Can't seem to click that one. We can't click that. Alcohol is being manufactured and distributed aboard the Groom Lake. Security has opted to take an approach of non-intervention, so its effect on morale will look likely prevent theft and potentially riots associated with the limited ration. However, security will regulate, confiscate quantities of alcohol to moderate the supply. Rations have arrived and been distributed. Very few reports of or evidential cases of theft. This is likely to be attributed to the morale increase speculated as a result of the distribution of alcohol. Booze calms everyone. Specimen Samantha received for transport to the laboratory 18. Specimen from the cloning vat is contained in an iron lung. Transport needs to be arranged quickly. Specimen is scraping against the inside of the containment unit. Samantha free. Tremors have struck the Groom Lake. Power outages and severe injuries have been reported. Lockdown is in effect. 4 crew members have been reported missing while attempting to restore the tram station to working order. To prevent further loss of injury, the corridor has been sealed and flooded with highly corrosive gas. Ah, so that'll be the camera that we see with the What you call it?
I'll need to figure something out here.
With the biohazard symbol. So I take it you need to be
Ladies and gentlemen,
standing
please
there.
take a moment of silence to remember Henry Kane. We ask that you join us in recognizing his greatness.
Okay, let's go look at the crew quarters. Hopefully no death.
Once we know where Becca is, how can I get to her?
There is another tram through the crew quarters. Once we know where you're going, we'll move forward from there.
More trams.
Gotta love a tram. Gotta love, was it smite, smile, forgive, oh God forgive. Just because of all the reading, I don't know if the reading counts or anything, but we'll save it just so that we don't need to click through it. Well, okay.
I wish I could do something. Something more.
Do something for the dead body? And getting sick of these bumps and scrapes bullshit. I didn't get this degree just so that I could stitch idiots up when they accidentally stab themselves with a pen. I want to do fun experiments. Is that too much to ask? It's not like I want to be a mad scientist and sew new arms onto people or anything, although human spiders would be cool. No, not any kind of spider. It's a miracle. Security somehow ended up passing a container from one of the cloning vats onto me. It's labelled Samantha. They understand it's been transferred to Lab 18, right? Oh well, no reason I can't observe it for a while, right? I have my loyal assistant, Miriam, mark up some good excuses for me. The creature. Oh, this creature is marvelous. The notes included don't say much, but I'm pretty sure that she didn't have a fully formed spine when they packed this girl up. It describes her as being just a tail. Oh, is this the tail one? Ah, there are some other bones as well, but I didn't major in monster anatomy. I wish I had, though. You can't make this shit up. This fucker grew eyes, I mean it. She did not have these the last time I checked. They're rudimentary, sure, but they just grew. They follow me around. At this point, I'm going to take credit for Samantha entirely. I mean, they can't prove that there was anything more than some stem cells in the container the last they saw it, right? From now on, Samantha is mine. Match made in heaven. Tail and some eyes. Go get her. I can't wait to see what she turns into. Lab 18 definitely getting suspicious and impatient. I'm running out of excuses for why I haven't transported Samantha yet. I need Miriam to stall a bit longer. I read her PDA, so I know she wants to turn me in. She wants my job. Fortunately, I have video of her screwing the guys from the lab, all of them, so that's my job security. This just got serious. The tremors knocked me over the counter and I twisted a muscle in my knee. It's going to be a long lockdown spent bandaging people up without any access to full medical wing. Samantha isn't mine anymore. Some other poor fool can take responsibility for this one. Ah, heartbreak. I heard a shrill scream come from the entertainment area. The first and last time I performed surgery, the patient woke up and started screaming her head off. Something about seeing your own exposed ribs really bothers people. Yeah, I imagine it does. Anyway, these screams were like that, but only more intense. Oh, so they're showing them more than just their ribs. They're the screams of the dying. I've locked the emergency bulkheads. No signs of Miriam. Is this gonna kill us as we go through it? No, but it's taking a while. I don't like that. Oh, this is the iron lung thing. Right. This is where Miriam was. Or not Miriam, Samantha even. Has she not escaped it?
I'm not sure what I was expecting.
That's what you were expecting.
Holy fuck.
Hello!
My imagination's playing tricks on me.
Oh, another one. Graham is up to no good. This weird pod accidentally arrived at our medical bay. It holds the most terrifying creature I've ever seen in my entire life. And he says it's beautiful? He wants me to find excuses for why it isn't being transported to Lab 18. Good thing the guy there's like me. I'll help him keep a secret on for now. Although I might get his job if I could get him kicked off the Grim Lake. I'll keep an eye out on what he's up to. Interesting. This thing is growing all sorts of body parts at ungodly rates. And the note says it was just a tail and some flesh at some point, but I don't even see the tail anymore. What kind of fucked up experiment are we doing? The snaky experiment, apparently. Fuck, I'm locked out of the medical bay. Dr. Graham has locked himself in there with that thing. We need to help those injured people. Insufferable prick. They want to use the specimen transport track to get the injured crew members to the medical ring. Even if the ship wasn't falling apart, it's a terrible idea. It's funny to see everyone frantically typing away on their PDAs. Who's going to read them? The surface of whatever planet gravitational pull the lifeless Grim Lake gets sucked into doesn't care about your damn feelings. Yep. What's the glass?
I think this is it.
Excellent. You need to get your blood sample onto the receiving tray, and I'll do the rest.
I'm guessing. Where you go, mate? Go, stop moving. There.
Okay, it's working.
Receiving the genetic info. This is good, John. This is excellent.
But I've got DNA. Yeah, you know, I always thought I would.
Wait. I can hear something.
Save. Do you want us to look at the glass that the thing ran past? Do you want me to step out of it?
Sure.
Well, okay.
What the hell was that?
I only picked up a flash from the scanner. A crew member.
I wasn't a crew member. I wasn't even a person. I was an animal.
The upload finished. I'm going to start the scan now.
Tia, what's going on here?
I've heard things, but I don't know any specifics. You have to believe me.
Maybe it was one of those fucking things that ate Yuri.
Grow plants. I don't care for man's pets.
Just let me know when the scan's finished.
Secondary containment is now accessible. Head through to the other tram station.
Okay, so we don't need to bother with security now? And that scanning thing, I guess maybe we find our daughter and she helps us?
Serotonin levels are abnormal.
Where are we? Oh, there we are. Took a while to spot myself.
No power to the elevator.
John, wait. There's a highly corrosive gas on the other side of that door.
Shit, I've already cycled the lock.
John!
Atmosphere compromised. Death is imminent.
Whee! I guess we don't open that door.
Warning. Serotonin.
No, we can't get to that. I guess we go this way, because this is the only thing that seems open. Oh god. And it's all dark. Save it before we get murdered by whatever's down here. Or deafened by the lights turning on. As you do. Okay. PDF. So many entries. Alright. Another long day in hydroponics. Plant carrots today. Isn't this where she's supposed to be? This place seriously sucks, but I figure the longer I work for the Crane Corp, the sooner they'll be able to replace this defective uterus of mine. Harry is productive, and not in a cute way. I makes me feel. Yeah, I makes me feel a little uncomfortable. His attempts to protect my honor, his words, whenever Grant even looks at me, are unnervingly familiar, just like my ex-husband used to. I'm not ready for another round of this bullshit. After ship has been locked down for 2 long weeks, apparently some new scientists aboard today, so maybe they'll be able to resolve the issue, but what do I know? I make vegetables, reproduce for a living. I have to admit, Harry's whole stalker thing can be great sometimes. He is growing herbs for me so that I can make tea. With all this new security bullshit, I wouldn't dare use computer resources personally like that. I've been pretending to like Grant just a little bit. I don't, but it keeps Harry on his toes. Using him. Harry opted to stay on the Groom Lake for another round. He was eligible to leave at this shift change, but he chose to stay. Gee, I wonder why he'd do that. He's a grown man, but for God's sakes, but he's acting like a love-struck teen. He needs to stop fucking calling me Belle, though. It's Isabel, like the Queen of Spain. I keep hearing chatter about fungal growth spreading all over the Groom Lake. Let's hope it doesn't get into the hydroponics. It'd be devastated if everything happened to my precious celery. Spoke way too soon. I came into Hydro today to find everything coated in this strange fungus. Harry actually had a pretty good idea. What if we thought the fungus was genetically enhanced super mushrooms? Crossbreeding mushrooms did not improve things. Hopefully the emergency rations will get here soon. Useless people want to eat the portobellos from hell that is. This shit is about to get dangerous. People have been beaten up, some are even dead. We've seen a lockdown before, but it wasn't as massive panic like this. Will it be over soon or ever? Harry told me to stay in the sleeping block because it's become dangerous outside, you know. I've taken care of myself for 28 years without help from Harry. I think I can handle myself. I bet you're dead somewhere though. I'm not going to spend my final days of my life playing the helpless female. I'm not going to cling to Harry, even if he is the last human being I've ever seen. I can't expect anything from him. Oh, another one. This episode has been just reading journals. But yes, we'll stop here. We've had some scares, some ominous screaming and scattering and things almost getting us, and one death. I imagine there's going to be lots more because, yeah, I have a feeling that that's what the game's going to be like. But take care everyone, bye for now.